Let's cut a boxers together. So for my length, I'm using 14 inches for my length. The measurement you need for this is your hip, your thigh, and your legs. You don't need your waist measurement because we're going to have an elastic. We're going to put an elastic. That is why you don't need your waist measurement, your hip and your thigh measurement. So you mark out your line, your length, whatever length you want to put, you mark it up. First of all, you fold your paper into two, or your fabric into two. Then you draw a straight line for your mark. That line from the bottom is my starting point. That line you are seeing up there is my starting point. Then I added 1 inches allowance for the hemi allowance. Hemi allowance 1 inches. You can as well add 1.5, but I'm using 1 inches. Do whatever works for you. So I draw out a straight line. I use my marker to make it more visible. So for these boxers, for the band or the elastic casing, if you are using small elastic, measure it and know what the measurement is. For small elastic, you can use 1 inches. For bigger elastic, you can use 1.5, 2 inches or 3 inches, depending on how big your elastic is. Mine is 2 inches, but because it's a paper, that's why I'm using 1.5 inches. You get? So I mark out the straight line to indicate that that's my band, my elastic case. So I mark out my crush from that band. I mark it out, my crush. We are still going to connect it to that my starting point. You get? So I draw out it. So that's my hip line, my hip. So whatever you do, how to get your hip measurement, your hip divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches. Divide your hip by 4 and then add 1.5. You get for the allowance. So I draw a straight line connecting it to the band. I draw a straight line to connect it to the band. I'm still going to connect it up. Then I went out by 2 inches for my crush. You can go out by 2.5 or 3.5 if the person is bigger, like maybe it's large, but this is just a medium size, or let's say small. This is small.